Today, we want to bring to your attention, as appointed by Swiss journalist and author Roger Dupasquare, the misconception of Islamic terrorism. To be more clear, the idea that many people have adopted that Muslims are terrorists.
Defenders of Islam insist it is a peaceful religion. Others disagree and point to the primitive treatment in Muslim countries of women and other minorities.
But our hopes and the world's hopes for peace are in danger because everywhere we look, militant Islam is on the march.
Why is America's largest Muslim, so-called civil rights group showing sympathy to terrorists?
President Obama keeps insisting that ISIS is not Islamic. Well, maybe they don't practice the Muslim faith the same way he does.
The media carries a great responsibility to inform the audience. However, in their hands they hold the power to destroy a whole culture's reputation. That is what is happening right now with the coverage of the ISIS crisis. It is concerning how innocent Islams are called terrorists, even if they have no ties with no terrorist group whatsoever. This is an ethical issue that has come to light thanks to the irresponsible media outlets that make it seem as if all Islams are part of ISIS, which they are not.
Well, I mean, the crucial point of confusion is that we have been sold this meme of Islamophobia, where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Right. So you're saying if I criticize you're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
Right.
Muslims are not terrorists. Muslims are people who follow religion. There are bad people everywhere. Every race, religion, and country have a negative group. There is normal people that live everyday lives just as there are normal people who commit crimes. To prevent this situation in the future, we need to look at individuals and not at the whole religion.
Is Hamas, what part of this can't you get through your thick head?
Sean, you're being rude now, mate. That's really rude.
So when it comes to their ultimate goals, Hamas is ISIS and ISIS is Hamas. And what they share in common, all militant Islamists share in common.
So Reza, the question at the bottom of the screen that everyone is looking at. Does Islam promote violence?
Islam doesn't promote violence or peace. Islam is just a religion, and like every religion in the world, it depends on what you bring to it. If you're a violent person, your Islam, your Judaism, your Christianity, your Hinduism is going to be violent. There are marauding Buddhist monks in Myanmar slaughtering women and children. Does Buddhism promote violence? Of course not. People are violent or peaceful, and that depends on their politics, their social world, the way that they see their communities, the way they see themselves.
American values and Western values are tolerance, freedom of religion, acceptance of all, belief that we are all human beings, that we have children that we love, we have the right to live our life and follow our religion in the way that we see fit as long as we don't hurt others.
Journalist Imran Awan argues that the counterterrorism policy is obscuring Islam's positive message. In the article Misconceptions of Islam, Awan makes an emphasis on how Muslim communities feel they have been unfairly targeted and treated as suspect due to the way in which counterterrorism policy has almost solely focused on them. Many Muslims feel they are being discriminated against as a result of counter-terrorist strategies such as the Prevent Agenda, which have often led to an increase in hate crimes committed against them.
For the social manipulation of society through the generation of fear and division has completely detached humans from their sense of power and reality.
I was fortunate enough to meet a Muslim man named Muhammad this summer. I worked with him for 6 weeks. I got to know him as a human being, never mind the culture, never mind the religion, never mind the people, associating Muslims with terrorists. It gave me a new look personally on Muslims and the religion and the people out in the Middle East. It opened up my world, and I think everybody else needs to talk to somebody or meet somebody in this culture to understand the people that they really are. They're not any much different than us. But fortunately, I was able to talk to him about everything. He was just a normal guy, and I think that this has everything to do with the ethical issue that our project is on. And I was truly blessed to meet someone from that area and get to learn a lot about him and a lot about the culture and a lot about everything that goes on over there. It was very interesting, and I feel like everybody needs to open their mind and meet somebody that you haven't, that you've judged before you've ever gotten to meet them. So, thank you.
Only then I am human, only then I am clean.